All right, let's talk about Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is fully back, right? This is a classic Matt Stafford game. Listen, I know the full numbers aren't going to be spectacular throughout the whole game, but you know what? What did Matt Stafford do all the time in Detroit? Kind of, just hang around for 3 quarters and then go off in the fourth. And it feels like that was what he did here with the Rams to get them the eventual victory. It's going to kind of, and we're just going to talk about the fourth quarter. I'm not worried about the first 3 quarters, what went wrong there, all that stuff. Let's talk about what went right here at the end, starting off with this play, which is really kind of where the whole comeback happened, really. Started with this play where it's zone coverage. You have Demarcus Robinson running a clever route where it's going to be, zone coverage that the Seahawks are in. They love their zone coverage. You have Robinson kind of, faking as though he's going to go over the middle, but then actually cut back and kind of stay where he's at, run a bit towards the sideline. As you see, Stafford runs the play action. This fake works really well. Seattle was not ready for it. I mean, look at that window right there. This is just Sean McVay at his best, and it's set up, right? Because they love their over-the-middle routes, as a lot of teams do, you can then set up this kind of fake to make it work. It's just smart play calling by McVay. Stafford is able to make this throw, and that was kind of a big chunk play that got them on the outside of field goal range when they're down 9 points and really helped get things going, I thought. Going over here, so they moved a little bit further down the field. This was just, again, one of those classic Matt Stafford plays of, making something happen. The concept itself going to be a, play action rollout towards the bottom of the screen, and you have several receivers who are also going to run towards the bottom of the screen. Hopefully one of them gets open, play action, and the rollout can hopefully get guys out of position. That's what you want to have happen if you're the Rams. We'll watch as Stafford's going to, again, fake as though it's going to be pitched to the offense's left, runs towards the offense's right, and right off the bat, a Seattle player is trying to make contact here. It's kind of a difficult situation for Stafford. However, watch Stafford get around him to this point where Stafford could run with the football if he wants, but there's a Seattle defender in the area. If you run, I don't know if you're getting the first down. If you do get the first down, it probably would require taking a pretty big hit. You do have a receiver who is kind of open, but this is tough. I mean, throwing off balance, that's not an easy throw to make whatsoever. It's Tyler Higbee who is open here, but Stafford is able to off balance hit Higbee, who makes the catch, gets to the 6-yard line. Really good stuff there by Stafford, and good stuff by Higbee. That was Higbee's one catch in the game, and it was a pretty important one. Also heading over here, so okay, near the end zone here, and you don't need a touchdown. You would like a touchdown, right? But you are currently down 9 points, so a field goal still helps. But again, the way your offense has gone so far this game, you want a touchdown, and it's Puka Nacua. Again, Puka Nacua, he's their guy. He's a real player. It's a route going over the middle right here. So, okay, one-on-one matchup. Let's see what happens. As you see, Stafford's going to take the snap. He eventually finds Nacua, and he's just going to give his receiver a chance right here. That's all he's trying to do, and it's probably a smart play. Now, Nacua goes down, ends up being a defensive penalty on that one, which kept the drive alive. So it wasn't quite the great touchdown you wanted, but you know what? It helped set up, first and goal at the 1-yard line. They do get a touchdown on the very next play to allow them to, get within 2. And then this play would happen. So, Drew Lock throws an interception because, of course, he did, right? So now you are at this spot. It is zone coverage. You're at the 21-yard line. So a lot of, ground you have to cover. Plenty of time left, 6 minutes, 43 seconds, 3 timeouts. You have all day, right? In fact, getting rid of some clock might be a good idea on top of it. It's really about, can you just get the drive to get yourself in field goal range? Going to be, I talked about kind of the fake route over the middle earlier, where they faked going over the middle, got to the outside. Robinson did, wide open gap. What that also does is can now make the over the middle route that Puka Nacua is running here get potentially more open. There's an opportunity of that. However, when Stafford takes the snap and runs the play action, it doesn't get open right away. Stafford has to bide some time, eventually throws once it gets towards the outside, which is, again, this is the good football IQ of Matthew Stafford, right? Knowing don't just throw it the second that the play is supposed to work. If it has to take a little longer and your offensive line is blocking well, then okay, take a little longer. It's not the end of the world. And also watch, again, perfect throw and really good route by Puka Nacua. Tariq Woolen, I thought, did a good job, the cornerback, of sticking with him as long as he could, but you can only hang on there for so long, so definitely you got to give the offensive line credit as well, which part of what I think you have to give credit on top of this is the play calling. The play action probably made it easier for the offensive line to block. And you know what? When I'm crediting Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, the offensive line, and the play calling all on a specific play, and it still isn't that open, if you're Seattle, you kind of have to say, okay, we did our best there. Only so much you can do against that much talent. And then this play was fun as well, I thought, where this was not a Stafford play, but you know what? We're talking about the Rams. We're talking about the comeback. Puka Nacua, definitely, very fun player here, as actually the graphic is a little bit screwed up. Apologies. I accidentally had the halfback as the guy running towards the outside. It's Nacua, the player in motion. He's the one running towards the bottom of the screen. You see where the blocks are lined up. Those are all still the same. But notice that Seattle player. The Seattle safety on this play is, appears to be pretty far out of the play, which is why you're running this, right? You're assuming he can't really come in and make a play. Well, as you see, you're assuming wrong, because watch him cover so much ground, gets to Nacua with a running start. I mean, you're expecting Nacua to just go down right here. When I was watching this play live, I was like, all right, 3rd and 3. That's, okay, no big deal. Let's see what you can do on 3rd and 3, because you don't need the first down. That would just help, kill a little bit more clock and kill more timeouts, which still matters. And in fact, getting the first down here ended up being key. But watch how Nacua gets that first down. He really just drove forward. There was a little bit of help towards the end there, but not a lot. That was really just Nacua making something happen. Like Austin Trammell kind of came in a little bit to try to help, but that was Nakua's strength right there, finding a way to pick up the first down, which, like I said, really mattered because Seattle kind of ran out of time. They played that a little bit weird, but they ran out of time at the end there, had to kick a 55-yard field goal, which they missed. Who knows, if Nacua doesn't make this play, they don't get rid of a couple timeouts, and perhaps the Seahawks end up winning the game. It legitimately could have been that big of a difference. It really could have. So as a whole, what do we make with Stafford here? I don't know. It's one of those weird things where for some reason the Rams keep beating the Seahawks, even no matter how good or bad each team is. It feels like the Rams just have their number. And for the Rams, you have a winnable game against the Cardinals. You win that, go up to 5-6. Schedule gets a little tougher when you have to play the Rams and the Ravens, the Browns and the Ravens. They are the Rams. They don't play themselves. But then they have another, easy stretch, I would say, where they play the Commanders, the Saints, and the Giants, and even the 49ers the last game of the season. It's very possible the Niners will not be playing starters, and so it's not out of the question that you could rack up a good chunk of wins here. I would bet that they have to win at least one, if not two, of the games against Cleveland, Baltimore, and San Francisco. But, if they can kind of, with Arizona, Cleveland, and Baltimore being their next three, if they can just go 2-1 in that stretch, and then they can go 3-1 kind of, at the end there, that would be 9-8. That might get you in the NFC. It really might. So say what you want about Stafford, but the guy knows how to come through and pick up a big win when they need him to. Great stuff at the end with him. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.